What's goody, y'all? It's Goody, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Gabbing with Goody Gabor. You can like, subscribe, and comment right here at Goody Gabor Gabs. You can also follow me on IG, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Goody Gabor. I appreciate your attendance. Now let's get into it. What's goody, y'all? It's Goody, y'all, with another episode of SWV and Escape, Queens of R&B. As you know, it's been getting crazy in the YouTube streets, not just YouTube, all over, like Candy, Tamar, Latocha, Tameka, Latocha, Tiny, Latocha, Candy, Tamar, Todd, Latocha's husband, Tasha K. It's been weird. I hate to go into people's drama though. Even though I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to avoid it now because in a way it seems like some of the things will make sense if all merged together. I'm thinking about whether or not I should do a video for that. But anyway, we opened this episode of the Queens of R&B with SWV in the gym. They're working out, and Taj mentions that it's interesting that they've been able to work things out as a group. She mentions that in the past, things were really rocky, and that because Coco was the lead singer, if Coco wasn't messing with her, no one was messing with her, which is sad. But what I like about this is when Lily and Taj told their truth about their engagement with Coco, Coco doesn't act like they're crazy and allow it to cause a rift. I think that might be the big difference between the way SWV navigates the terrain of being a girl group with all of the different dispositions and Escape navigates the same terrain. Because it doesn't seem that anyone in Escape is willing to say, yo, this was all me. I messed up. And that's not even true because I believe Tameka apologized to Candy. Well, I know Tameka apologized to Candy. Candy said when she was like, yo, I don't care. This is what it is. You know, they all own their stuff. So I think what I'm saying is Latocha doesn't own her stuff. As the week has been going on and Latasha has been doing her promo for her song and the show has been out and the rumors about her husband have been coming out, it's clear to me that she is she's not America's sweetheart right now, nor has she ever been. There are jokes about her running, so I kind of feel bad for her and I don't want to pile on her, but there are some components of this that she does bring onto herself. So what I'm saying to you is I think Escape would be in a better position if Latasha was as willing to own her misdeeds as Coco is, or if she was okay hearing when people thought people had a problem with her, but she's not, and that's problematic. We do get, because early in the episode, they like to show us a glimpse into the lives of the ladies, and we do get a peek at Rain again. I love Rain. Rain is she's a creative. Rain is Tiny and T.I.'s youngest child. She's a creative. She has the space in the room to be a girl with this large imagination. And she's asking them, have you met my alien friend? I built a house for him under the house. I built him a house under our house. She's so serious and I love her. She's gorgeous. She's talented. She's one of my favorite kids. Yeah, I think she's one of my favorite kids that I see on TV. So I love that. Lily, we go to Lily's home and their tour manager comes to visit her. She's writing her hot vagina monologues. And what I appreciate about Lily is that she's working on her 7 streams. She's making sure that she never goes back. I would say that there's a part of me that can relate to never going back to whatever hardship I encountered in the past. However, there's also a part of me that recognizes that trying to run away from past trauma is spiritually like calling that trauma into you. Like always trying to protect yourself from going broke means that you're focused on going broke instead of basking in the prosperity and abundance. However it goes, she's reading her monologue to the tour manager and he's really feeling it. I love her energy. She's all the way out there, but that's where she is. Hot vagina monologue. So, okay, Lily, okay. Next we get to we are like 5 days later and the manager is like, wow, I thought it would be easier to collaborate with Escape. I'm not quite sure why he thought that would be the case, though. Like, I understand why Candy felt the need to speak up for her group. Closed mouths do not get fed. Um, I just don't understand the pushback on it. I don't understand being offended that it's a discussion. You're artist. I also don't understand the tour manager being surprised that it's difficult. Girl groups are difficult, period. And if you've been working with SWV for a while, it hasn't always been peaches and cream for them, especially because they've never stopped working. So that means that there have been ugly, tense moments between them, and then they go on stage like they told us and they carry their ass home. So, I'm not quite sure why they think it's like it should have been a piece of cake to collaborate. When you get that many entertainers in a room, you're going to have ego. I think a large part of becoming a celebrity, a famous celebrity, is ego. Like, because that's what you need to get you in the spotlight. And when you have that level of ego, you're going to encounter issues. So I'm not quite sure why he's surprised, but I wasn't. Taj and Tameka meet up and they're having discussions because even though they're in negotiations about this tour, right? So even though they're intense negotiations, which I was a rapper, it happens. Parts of the thing are not in place, but you can't stop, especially when you're up against a tight deadline. Parts of the thing, if the contractual parts are not together, you'll have the people who work on that, but as a creative you work on creativity. So they're meeting up, they're having discussions. They want to do it for the fans, they're agreeing to do it for the fans. So they want to do something similar to verses. They want an inclusive stage because the verses stage was separated. They want an all in one stage. Tameka got her Trapper John notebook, and people were like, "What the hell is that?" I too have a Trapper John notebook. I believe in writing. I believe if you write shit down, it gets real. I write what I'm trying to bring to fruition down. I have notebooks all over the place, so I get it. Um, the best way to visualize is to write shit down. And from my perspective, I don't want to lose the art of writing. People are literally in a space where children can't do cursive anymore. I mean, I get it, but I don't want to be one of the people who forgets how to write. My handwriting isn't the best anyway, so I don't want it to get any worse. I'll be writing shit. So, once again, Taj, Peacemaker, hosts the group at her Atlanta condo. Um, her food tray is horrible. She tries to do a charcuterie. It's just one meat, one cheese. I'm not a charcuterie type of girl because I don't eat pork, and charcuterie, like most of the meats are pork based, and that's just not for me personally. But if I were to create a charcuterie board, there would be a multitude of meats and you know a bunch of cheeses, but she failed famously there. Lily was like, "Yo, what's this?" She hated the cheese. She hated the meat, even like the one meat. Lily hated it, and she made sure everybody roasted. It was a good haha for all of the girls. They got together. They agreed that they were going to work for the group. Tameka came with Steven, he's their stage designer, graphic designer, stage designer. He does the designs for their shows. And Tameka comes in with him, and she is sharing her ideas with the group. And Tasha is clearly annoyed. But I want to take a step back. Tasha speaks up for the group, and she's like, "We need to co-headline." The thing is, she hasn't been showing up for the group as the group with the group. So it's a little odd for her to be the one speaking for the group. But I think they're all on the same page there. Then there is the irritation that Tasha is clearly showing with Tameka being the one to make the plans, because this is usually what Tasha does. What I don't understand is why she can't understand that in her absence someone has to do it. I think she expects her her not showing up to stop things, and that's not how the world works. Things don't work like that. Like, if you don't show up, we're fully capable of navigating this terrain without you. So, she's irritated. Candy notes it, and Candy's laughing her ass off. But overall, even though Tamika's being extra and she mentions that they could have horses, and Lily is in her confessional like, first of all, the last time I was on a horse was the time y'all see me in the video. I ain't like the horse. And then they do a flashback to her in the video. She wasn't even on a horse. She was like on a pony or a donkey or something. So, she's like, ain't no horses for me. Keep me out the horse shit. So I thought that was hilarious. Where else do we go? Do do do. So Candy, taking a step back and kind of speaking to some of what I'm understanding the issue to be between Escape, just from various interviews that have been happening all week. Make it make sense, Mims. He was a part of a panel that interviewed the Scott father. So it's clear that there have always been friction. Latocha, as the oldest, has always stepped up to make decisions and drive things for the group. I get that. But what I also get is that she believes the way she stepped up and was bossing things around. I think that they allowed her to do things because she was the oldest, and her way of doing things as the oldest kind of, she kept bringing it into, they're all adults now, right? But she still wants to be top dog, eldest in the group, and everyone has their voice. When they were younger, she used to do everything. Candy has started doing things because she's not only just a woman, but she's a professional entertainer. And she's like, I know stuff now. And Candy mentions like Tameka never stepped up before because she always deferred to her sister, but now she's stepping up, and they all celebrate it. Um, Tameka gives everyone their next steps, the things they're supposed to do. I believe Taj, Coco, and Jalen are responsible. Granted, Jalen's not a part of the group, but he's gonna help them figure out some outfits. Coco, Candy, and Latasha are supposed to create the set list for the group. When they meet to do the set list for the group, Latasha is clearly dialed out. Coco brings her son Jalen, because Jalen is, since he's decided he wants to do music predominantly, Why shouldn't he be there to see how this works out? I don't think that Coco anticipated it was going to be as tense and icky as it was, but it was both tense and icky. So their faces, Jalen's making faces like, "Oh my god, what is this?" Bottom line, Candy and Coco are having ideas, and Latasha lets them know she hasn't given it any thought because she has a lot going on in her life. Odd, right? Because it's like if you have so much going on in your life, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? But I think there's a part of her that shows up because even though she is 98% sure she's going to sign this deal, she wants to show up to see what the group is doing. One, Funky Geneva said it. She should not have let these girls think or know or realize that they could do this without her, because now that they can do it without her, they will do it without her. You know, Taj and Tameka were responsible for selecting getting the stage together. And they met with Steven, and they came with all of their ideas. And Steven was like, "That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that." Because a lot of their ideas were not in the budget. Thank God that they have Steven there for the budget, because baby, they wanted horses, real rain, pyrotechnics, and flying out the sky. They wanted wings. Mm-mm. No, they want a Pegasus. No, that's not happening. Don and Candy meet, and they're having a discussion. And Candy's, letting Don know her frustrations with how things have been going with Latasha. And he is like, "Well, what do you think it is?" And Candy's like, "I heard she has a deal on the table." And basically, she does what she wants to do. Every time Escape is bubbling, she tries to get something out there. And this is no different than it has been. So here we are with this thing going on and on again. And Don is like, "Yo, check this out. Don't make her a priority. Y'all gotta go. Y'all can't wait for her." In our next scene, Escape is rehearsing and Tasha doesn't show up. So Candy gets to the point where she's like, "Look, we're texting her. She's not responding." Their tour manager is like, "Oh, yeah, she's not going to be here. And she's not going to be here for the show sound check." And the girls are just like, "Look, well, Candy says it." And I note that everyone, Candy's the direct one. Candy's the one who's going to say what everyone's thinking, but they don't want to verbalize. Candy's going to say it. And what Candy says is, "Look, if she don't want to show up, we need to move on without her. We need to practice her parts, and that's what needs to happen." When Tameka sings Latasha's parts, there is a difference. Tasha has a very light, airy, nice, beautiful voice, but Tameka's voice has weight. It's rich. It's a good voice. She sounds good. Tiny sound good too. I think they can do this, and they have been without Latasha. So while they're practicing, we see Tasha and Rocky, her husband, talking. And what they're talking about is the reality that she's signing this deal and what does it mean for her. And she's like, "Finally, I'm free to be me and do what I want to do." I just don't understand why she doesn't understand that she can do both. If Candy can do it and if Tiny can do it, she can do both. Um, I know sometimes we get in our own way and we're rooted in this idea of things being the way they were before. So before, I could see how it would have been a problem for her to try to go solo on the group, which she did anyway in the past. I think her fear of the failure got in the way, and that's why she doesn't want to verbalize um, what's been going on with this deal. But again, if you're running from the fear and the trauma, you are going to get you're going to call in what you are running from. That's how I see it anyway. One thing I noted Like Rocky is a smooth talker. I heard his interview with Tasha K. Again, I don't want to drag Latasha and her husband. I realize people have situations and relationships. But again, I don't even know if it's possible for me to review the show without looking at the drama a little bit. So I'm still thinking about whether I want to do it, but it's never ending. It doesn't stop. It's always something, right? And I hate that. I try not to live like I try to let my love of reality TV just be reality TV. I try not to be dragged through mess and nonsense, but this is ridiculous. It's never ending. In any event, she's doing her solo project. He pulls out a contract. It's one page. A little to me that's sketch. There's no lawyer. Either I hope that they took a look at it prior with a lawyer. I hope that she takes a look at it with a lawyer. But she signs it. And throughout this process, she's mentioning how Candy was rude to her mom and Rocky. And I'm floored because we haven't seen that. The issue that Tameka has is with Latocha. The issue that Tasha has is with Tameka. Candy's not a part of that. Like she's tried to be as neutral or as out of it. Not even neutral. She don't want no parts of it. She minded her business. But still they drag her in. Candy has had a rough week. I don't know. I'm still thinking about whether or not I will do this drama part because it's like cheating. It's like accusations of abuse. It's jealousy. It's family dysfunction. It's a lot, and like I try not to focus on that, but I already had that discussion with y'all. That's the episode, y'all. I came on camera like I've been running around for days. Like I did shower. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I showered, but I'm in my errands fit because I where you're seeing me now. I work here, like I work from home. This is what my life is like, but I'm really busy. Businesses, other podcasts. I have a lot going on, but that's not the point. I'm showing you my face because I have decided that that's the kind of relationship I want with y'all. Um, I'd love for you to like, subscribe, share, comment. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions. I need your help to do that. Mess with the kid. Bye. That's what's goody. That was goody. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all later.